Okay, good afternoon. So welcome back for the IQM lecture. So last lecture we have started the leadership style. Okay, there are basic three style. Which styles? Leadership style: autocratic, democratic, or participative. You can say that. And last is the free reign leadership. Okay, so already we have started this point in last lecture. So autocratic is nothing but the autocratic leadership style is management style where one person controls all the decisions, and you can say that only one person is related to that the decision. Okay, so they will not take any input from the group of people or whatever the his colleagues or staff. Okay, so that is nothing but the autocratic. Okay, now as autocratic opposite different advantages, disadvantages, flow chart of autocratic we have discussed. Now democratic or participative. Okay, democratic leadership also known as a participative leadership. Why? Because they will take as opposite to the autocratic. Okay, so democratic leader will take input, will take brainstorming, will take meeting, will take input from the group of people. Okay, will take suggestions, will take whatever the what we can say that advice from the staff members also. Okay, so democratic is nothing but leadership or shared leadership. We can say that shared leadership. Now, is a democratic or participative leadership is a type of leadership style in which members of group take a more participative role in the decision making, as name participative. Okay, so decision will be taken with the help of group discussion, with the help of brainstorming, with the help of discussion, huh? With the help of different inputs. So this type of leadership can apply to any organization, from private business to the school to government. Okay, so basically democratic. Our nation is also democratic. Okay, our India is a democratic. So due to that, this democratic situation we have accepted. Okay, since last 70 to 75 years. Okay. So democratic leadership is as better as, or we have accepted as an Indian culture. Okay, but from where, from private businesses to the government businesses. Okay, so overall, okay, maximum democratic or participative group leadership style is there. Now, what is our role in that democratic or participative leadership style? How we can change our leadership style? So whenever you will become a manager in any industry, okay, so you have to think on that. So when I will be the better manager, or I will be the better democratic, whatever the work style of my uh, management will be democratic. So what factors are there, different advantages, disadvantages, is it right? So that we have to consider. Now whether the limit of discussion is there. Okay, so that factor is also very important. Huh? Suppose you are accepted the democratic, but in your group number of people are there. Okay, but they are saying different thing. Now, to which thing is better, which thing is suitable for us, okay, that is also very, or decision. So decision you have to take only as a manager. Is it right? Now that role is yourself. Why? Because you are the manager inside that industry. Is it right? So considering our managerial chair, our responsibility, you have to take, or you have to allow people, okay, whom, which people should give suggestion, which type of suggestion will be there, how much suggestions you have to implement in your project. Okay, so all these factors we have to consider in democratic relationship, democratic leadership. Is it right? So this is a very important. And without, if you not consider that point, so there will be time maximum or time consuming process. Okay, why? Because number of people will give suggestion to you. Huh? Now for that suggestion, accepting that suggestion, listen that suggestion, time will be wasted or maximum time will be required. So you have to take a benefit of that with respect to rules and regulations. Is it right? Huh. So now some advantages and disadvantages of the democratic or the participative leadership style. Okay, so what are the advantages of the participative or democratic? Huh? So increase job satisfaction. Why? Because everyone from that group will be satisfied. Why? Because manager is listening me. Okay, this is a, I think we can give the, we can say that this is also motivation. Na? So manager is allowing me to give suggestions, give my openings in meeting. Okay, so that will be also very important. And job or increase job satisfaction from ground level manager or second level manager or whatever, if you consider the hierarchy of that managers. Is it right? So this is a advantage, the best advantages of the democratic. Okay, now this was the disadvantages for previous. Okay, is it right? So already I have discussed, I have said that whatever the disadvantages of autocratic is advantages of democratic. Okay, so use that knowledge for the your better write-up also. Okay, so increase job satisfaction in democratic, creative solutions and diversified diversified ideas, definitely, because the whatever the people present in your group, yes, they are from different backgrounds, we can say that. Okay, so no one will come from same background. Suppose all are engineers, is it okay? But whatever this is his or her sorry, primary, secondary education, whatever the area of from coming here over. Okay, so all the factors will get matter. Okay, so leadership style, okay, knowledge of that particular person, experience, huh? So training, whatever skills of that person, now that creative solutions or diversified ideas. Okay, number of ideas we can get from the two people. Is it possible in autocratic? No. Okay, why? Because there is a no allowed to speak anyone within that group. Okay, so this is the advantages of the democratic. Create a good working environment, definitely. Whenever only one observer or whatever the manager is there. Okay, but if you consider the group of manager are taking decision, so that will be create an environment or a good condition. Okay, or good working condition or environment may be there. Okay, this is again a democratic advantages due to the participation. Huh? This is advantages of the participative leadership style. Okay, so we have to consider, we have to think on same. Now more efficient solution. Why? Because due to the brainstorming, group discussion, whatever the output input efficiency is there, effectiveness is there or not. Okay, so due to the experience faculty, due to the discussion, okay, due to the number of people who are involved in same problem, so definitely the more efficient solution will get. Okay, so this is also advantages of the democratic party leadership style. Creative effects, effective team. Now here one very important factor is that now according to the manager, okay, if manager want which level or which group of people is required for our work, okay, so we can adjust that. म्हणजे मला माझ्या टीममध्ये कुठली लोक पाहिजेत, ओके, ते इथं ॲडजस्ट होऊ शकतं कशामध्ये, डेमोक्रॅटिकमध्ये. इज इट राईट? डेमोक्रॅटिकमध्ये फॉर एक्झाम्पल काय म्हणतो आपण बघा, जे पॉलिटिकल्स असतात, पॉलिटिशियन्स काय करतात, चांगला एखादा नेता उचलतात बरोबर पार्टीत आपल्या. ओके, त्यांना काय होतं, तो पूर्ण एरिया तिथला कव्हर होतो. ओके, सो दॅट इज ऑल्सो बेनिफिट ऑफ दॅट डेमोक्रॅटिक. ओके, creative effective team, according to the your knowledge, according to the team, so you can generate your team for the better output. Is it right? So this I think you can say that that type of authority or power you are having, you will get that power or authority, best for any organization. Definitely democratic, already we have accepted democracy, then this is sufficient to be, give a best for the organization. Improves awareness definitely due to the group maximum people discussion. Improves the awareness. Why? Because of different programs due to the culture. Okay, our Indian culture, whatever the different events. So where we can take a benefit of that in our organization structure also. Okay, now some disadvantages are there. Moving towards disadvantages. Which disadvantages are there? Okay, now slowing down the decision making. Already we have discussed whether the number of people are there, huh? Number of people, so then definitely the time will be required maximum. Is it right? hmm? इथे एक आता okay ना that example is not suitable for us. So for example, suppose we have given one word, okay, for one person. hmm? काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला ऍप्टिट्यूड मध्ये तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन असतो बघा. हम्म? दोन दिवसामध्ये एक माणूस जरी काम करत असेल तर चार माणसं किती दिवसात करतील. ओके, लाईक दॅट. तिथं मग काय असणार आहे, बेनिफिट येऊ शकतो किंवा नुकसान पण होऊ शकतं. काय होऊ शकतं मॅक्झिमम, कोण खरंच काम करेल, कोण गप्पा मारत बसेल आपल्यासारखं. इज इट राईट? So this is a disadvantage, slowing down the decision making. जसं आपल्याकडे म्हणतात बघा की काय म्हणतो, ठीक आहे, दिस इज ऑन ट्रॅक. सो नाव slowing down the decision making. Why? Because the decision makers are maximum. Okay, here the all the group members inside that team are allowed to give the suggestions. Okay, to allow to give the decision. Not every option is valued. Okay, मग आता त्या ग्रुपमध्ये सगळे शाणे असतात का? Okay, so this is also difficult. So not every option is valued. Okay, there is a area is or forum is open for all. Is it right? But whether all are right or okay, all are right or all the suggestions are right. Okay, this possibility is very less. Okay, so due to that disadvantages, no every option is valued, lead to take wrong decision definitely. Okay, म्हणजे गोंधळात कार्यक्रम होतो तुम्हाला माहितीच आहे. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो डिसएडवांटेजेस. नॉट ॲप्लिकेबल फॉर इमर्जन्सीज. व्हाय? बट इन इमर्जन्सी देर इज अ emergency is nothing but the minimum time. Okay, so but this is a time consuming process. Democratic. Okay, democratic. For example, if you take autocratic and democratic nations. Okay, so what is a procedure to select the prime minister or president? Okay, if you see that. Okay, now those are the autocratic countries are there. Okay, हुकुमशाही कंट्री, राजेशाही जिथं आहे तिथं काय करतात, तर जे काही हा राजा आजपासून ठीक आहे झालं, काय खर्च आहे तिथं, इलेक्शन नाही, काय नाही, काय नाही. आपल्या इलेक्शन म्हणलं किती खर्च आहे बरोबर का? बघा ग्रामपंचायत सदस्याला विचारून बघा कुठल्या तरी, पंतप्रधानाला किती असाल खर्च. ओके, सो दॅट फॅक्टर इज ऑल्सो व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. ओके, सो दिस इज अ disadvantages also. Not applicable for emergency. Why? Because of this is a very huge or lengthy process. Okay, this is a very lengthy process because all the number of suggestions or demands we can considering here. Communication problem definitely. Why communication problem is there? Suppose your group. Okay, now here we are taking decision with the help of brainstorming or group discussion. Is it right? But whether the all are from same background, this is a for example, if you take a example of MNC industry. Okay, so there will be different number of languages people will be there. Okay, so whatever the communication background of that each and every faculty or staff is different, so communication problem may happen in democratic. Now this is also disadvantages of the democratic. Okay, so already now these are the basic two types. Now moving towards so this is a chart. So why in previous autocratic only one way process was there. Okay, but in democratic or participative both process are there. म्हणजे कोणी कोणाला सांगू शकते. Okay, so this is nothing but a group discussion, we can say that our participative leadership style. Now you think on what is the uh, our duty as a manager, okay, in democratic, म्हणजे हे का शिकायचं आहे आपल्याला, उभं शिकायचं आहे. So whenever you will be manager in industry, so you have to ask, you have to take advantages of the democratic whatever the nature inside that industry. Okay, म्हणजे तिथं म्हणायचं नाही की सगळ्यांना काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला, वी हॅव टू इन्क्लूड ऑल दी ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल. ओके, तिथं काय म्हणजे डेमोक्रॅटिक इंडस्ट्री असेल तुमची तर ठीक आहे, तिथं ऑटोक्रॅटिक चालणार नाही, ऑटोक्रॅटिक म्हणजे डेमोक्रॅटिक चालणार नाही. ओके, सो दिस इज अ फॅक्ट. Okay, so for that purpose this point is added in our syllabus. Now free-reign leadership, last leadership, free-reign leadership, also called as laissez-faire, is a type of leadership style in which leaders are hand off and allow group member to make the decision. Managers set objectives and employees are free to do whatever is appropriate to accomplish those objectives. Okay, now free-reign is nothing but the whatever the manager is given direction. Okay, and the main motto of this leadership is a completion of work. ते कसंही करा तुम्ही, इज इट राईट, म्हणजे आपल्याला वी हॅव टू फिनिश वन वर्क within 2 days. Okay, this is our target, but there is no way. Okay, any one way, any one procedure we can follow, but our main target is to accomplish our organizational goal or whatever the output of industry. Is it right? For example, you can say in marketing industry, this pre-reign leadership are there. Okay, marketing department. So what is the marketing department? They are giving target to each and every employee. Okay, this is your target. We have to buy this 60 whatever the product, 100 products per day. Okay, so this is a target. Okay, this is work, so you can use whatever way. Okay, there is no any discussion. So this is nothing but the pre-read. Okay, there are three types of leadership style. Okay, this is the third style, third type. Some advantages, so we will not take maximum time. Okay, a pre-reign leadership, a pre-reign leader will leave the group and entirely to itself, such as leader have a maximum freedom to the subordinate. Okay, now here the main objective is maximum freedom is given to the subordinate. But work completion is very important. Okay, or completion of goal is very important. Now some advantages, the superior subordinate relationship is found to be very good. Why? बघा ना, तुम्हाला सांगितलं काम कधी करा, काही करा, एवढ्या वेळ द्या, ठीक आहे ना. देर इज अ नंबर ऑफ वेज, एनी वेज whichever is easier or whichever is a qualitative, so you can choose the that area or that way to accomplish your goal. Okay, so definitely that pupil or whatever that subordinate will happy. Is it right? एक मिनिट. So next advantage is highly efficient subordinates can make use of freedom given to them to succeed. Highly efficient subordinates. Why? Because the maximum freedom is there na? So due to that freedom also, so you might be knowing maximum knowledge about freedom word. Okay, I will not take maximum time. So next is disadvantage. Which disadvantages are there? Control many become difficult as the leader does not involve himself at all in the activities. Here leader is not involved. What is the role of that leader? Only give the target. Okay, but what is the procedure? They are not interfering them. Okay, so that will be very difficult. एखाद्याला काम सांगितलं, आलाच नाही तो 8 दिवस, काय करणार पुन्हा? Okay, definitely entire work will be stopped. Okay, so that is a disadvantages. Control may become difficult as the leader does not involve himself. हाँ लवकर येत रे, हाँ ठीक है. As the leader does not involve himself at all in activities. The next is the subordinates are private to the expect advice and moral support for their leader. हाँ तर हे सगळीकडे चालतं. ओके, एक्सपर्ट ॲडवाइस अँड मोरल सपोर्ट ऑफ देअर लीडर्स. म्हणजे इथं होतं काय बघा. नाव सम डिफिकल्टी इज देअर. वाय? बिकॉज सम एक्सपर्ट ॲडवाइस अँड मोरल सपोर्ट ऑफ देअर लीडर्स. वाय? आता ड्यू टू द फ्रीडम ओनली. म्हणजे हे काय करणार आहे, लगेच सबऑर्डिनेट तुमचे काय करणार आहेत, द एक्सपर्ट ॲडवाइस तुम्ही घेऊ शकता तिथून. त्यामुळे काय होणार आहे, व्हॉट एव्हर द डिसिजन ऑर व्हॉट एव्हर द पॉवर or satisfaction of the manager level will be minimized. Is it right? So that is a disadvantages. So this is the third type. Okay, as you compare the basic three types. So again here pre-read is nothing but whatever the only uh, they will give, or any leader will give direction to you. Now you are free to we choose any way. Okay, this is a pre-read. Is it right? If any doubt is there, ask me. Now one point is remaining. I think this point may be asked in first section. आता ह्या काय कुठं दिलेलं नाही, पण that MCQs will be asked on this. Okay, managerial grade. Okay, so managerial grade is nothing but the evaluation of that manager. Okay, so what is the work? So we will see that. The management style leadership. The authors are Robert Blake and James Mountain. The grid consists of two dimensions. Now grid is nothing but something standard format they have given. Whatever the scientist is there. Scientist बाहेरच असणार, आपल्या इंडियन कोण असणार आहे, रॉबर्ट माउंटन. The grid consists of two dimensions, concern for production and concern for people. Okay, so we will see that. So this is the managerial grid. MCQs will be asked definitely on this point. Now whatever the chart is showing, concern for people. Okay, vertical y-axis showing the concern for people and concern for production. Okay, so if you see here, there are 5 manager levels. Okay, first is improvised management, authority, compliance management, team management, and courtesy club management. Middle of the road management. The explanation is here. So what is a weightage? Okay, if you consider 999 is nothing but team management. Okay, so what is a working condition? If you consider the concern for people and concern for production, is it out? Is it right? So concern for production is nothing but output of that product, and who is responsible for that person is on y-axis. Okay, the production is from integration of task and human requirements. Okay, so what is a load of that team management? Team management have to consider the which person is responsible for that particular work and what is the production. Okay, so due to that the team management scale is a 9-9. Okay, so this is general start. Okay, general structure they have maintained for the better to give the grid of manager levels. Okay, so if you consider next task management. Okay, in task management minimum role of the people. Okay, they are only concentrated on the task, which task we have given to that particular employee. Okay, म्हणजे हे कुठं असणार आहे बघा. Now task management is we can say that this is only production oriented. Okay, but team management have to check whether the people is doing work is well. Okay, or whatever the behavior of that person, as well as the whatever the output of that person or whatever the production process. Okay, so this is a scale of that team management. So maximum role is of team management. Now next is central level dampened pendulum. Dampened pendulum is in the middle of the road, push the production, but don't go all out, be fair but firm. Okay, so what is a requirement or what is a role of that dampened pendulum? Okay, central level 5.5. So they have to check whether they will satisfy. Okay, whether the quality is sufficient or whether the pupil is sufficient. Okay, so this is nothing but the काय म्हणतो आपण dampened pendulum, म्हणजे ते काय फिक्स नसते. Okay, there is a difference. Now कुठून घ्या बरं, काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही. नाव 9-1 नाही 9-1 नाही झाला आपला. नाव 1-9 is nothing but the concern from people. And 9 is nothing but the concern for people. Okay, 1 is nothing but concern for production. Now if you consider 1.9 manager, country club manager. Okay, now what is the role of that country club manager? Production is incidental to lack of conflict and good collection. Now that country club manager will only focus on who is a person, okay, which background is of that person. Is it right? For example, we can say that in recently in media, okay, one person is very famous, okay, was I think you might be knowing. Okay. Now, only management or only government is trusted on why? Because of his personal work. ओके, त्यानं काय काम केलं तिकडे ठीक आहे. आता आपल्या इंडिया मिनिस्ट्रीमध्ये पण बरेच कार्यक्रम झाले, बरोबर का. पण त्यांनी काय बघितलंय, दे हॅव फोकस्ड ओनली कन्सर्न फॉर पीपल, दे हॅव नॉट कन्सर्न फॉर दी प्रोडक्शन. ओके, so that person may be acceptable. So in management also, so some points are very important. Okay, whenever if you consider the free reign leadership type, जो last type जो बघितला आपण, that type is related to the club management. Is it right? Now last is a this will be asked only MCQ type. What is a team management, task management, dampen pendulum? Okay, generally for the MCQ type of examination will be asked. Now improved management. Okay, improved management 1.1, effective production is unobtainable because people are lazy, okay, apathetic and indifferent. Sound and mature relationships are difficult to achieve because of human nature. Conflict is inevitable. Now this is a analysis chart, we can say that. Okay, now suppose as manager chair we have to consider, we have to analyze whatever the people working in your industry or staff working in your industry, you have to give grade to them. म्हणजे कुठला माणूस कसा आहे, म्हणजे तुम्हाला येतं लक्षामध्ये की काय, दिस इज अ इव्हॅल्युएशन शीट, यू कॅन से दॅट. ओके, सपोज एखादा माणूस असेल त्याचं काय काम काम एकदम बेस्ट करते, बरोबर का, बट ते कामाच्या वेळेस काम ठीक आहे, बट व्हॉट एव्हर द कल्चर, व्हॉट एव्हर द गेस्चर, व्हॉट एव्हर हिज पर्सनॅलिटी, दिस इज अ सम लिमिटेड. ओके, सो दॅट विल बी कन्सिडर्ड इन ओनली टास्क मॅनेजमेंट. म्हणजे काम चांगलं आहे तिथं, बट कन्सर्न फ्रॉम पीपल इज डिफिकल्ट. नाव दिस इज अ अनालिसिस शीट. Okay, so every time you have to use that. Okay, so try to reach maximum scale. Is it right? म्हणजे 1.1 हा कमी लेझी असणार आहे. ओके, म्हणजे त्याला काहीच काम पण चांगलं नाही, तो वैयक्तिक माणूस पण चांगला नाही. ओके, सो दॅट फॅक्ट इज देअर. ओके, सो ॲज मॅनेजर यू हॅव टू अनालाइज दॅट फॅक्टर्स. इज इट राईट? हां, मॅसेज युअर रोल नंबर ऑल ऑफ यू हिअर. 37 स्ट्रेंथ आहेत का जागे? आहेत. ओके, व्हेरी गुड. Okay, so this is a manager. If any doubt is there, so this point is also included in the leadership style. Okay, so that will be asked in examination in a MCQ type. Okay, now our next point after leadership style, communication, very important type in management. Okay, or leading. Our fourth manager function is a leading. Okay, inside that the leadership style we have studied, motivation we have studied, and now we have to study communication. Okay, so what way to communicate with people, communicate to subordinates, communicate to the higher authorities. Okay, so there are different types of communications. Okay, written, verbal, non-verbal. So that all point we will discuss. Internal functions, external environments. Now let's start communication. Okay, 41. झोपले सगळे. ठीक. Let's start the communication. So communication is a transfer of information from a sender to a receiver. This is a very simple definition. Communication is nothing but the process of transformation, the signal or whatever the message, which the information being understood by the receiver. Okay. Now whether you have given suggestion, you have given information, but whether they have listened or acceptable. This is also very important. ते एक व्हिडिओ बघितला होता बघा मध्ये आपण, एक 10-15 लोक अशी लाईट उभी करून उभा केले तिकडे तोंड करून. ओके. प्रत्येकाला काय केलं, एक ऍक्शन कोणते करून दाखवते बघा. तर ते किती गॅप होते ड्यू टू द कम्युनिकेशन गॅप. सो दॅट पॉइंट शुड नॉट बी happen here. Okay, so for that purpose the better communication is very important. Okay, so now during this pandemic situation or this COVID-19 situation, we have continued our communication. Okay, but this is a difference. Whenever you was studying in class, okay, that environment was different, that understanding was different. Okay, or feeling of teaching also for my side also, this was lot of difference. Okay, but this is also communication media. Okay, so which media? This is a very information sender and buyer as well as the process, which communication process we are following. Okay, so internal functioning of the communication, external environment, this is also very important, so we will take that study also. Okay, now purpose of that communication to establish and disseminate the goals of an enterprise. Okay, without communication can't start anything. Is it right? So communication is very important. Establish the goals of an enterprise or disseminate the goals of the enterprise. Okay. To develop plan for their achievement. Why? To develop the plan for their achievement. Which achievement? Whatever the entire goal or enterprise goal or organization goal. Okay. So whatever the we have taken decision, communication is very important. Okay. The organize human and other resources in the most efficient and effective way. Definitely, if communication will proper, okay, so then only the organization resources, whatever the resources we are using, okay, for example for the communication purpose, the most effective and effective way, our output will be very effective. Okay, so if you consider the whatever the communication in last 10 years, okay, किती लोकांकडे मोबाईल होता 5वी-10वीला, तुमच्याकडे असतील, आमच्याकडे काय नव्हते एवढे. Okay, but this is a communication resources. Okay, which resources we are using? Suppose this COVID-19 may have happened in before 10 years. Okay, is it possible to take online lecture? Okay, so that time that process was not there. Okay, or that application, that we can say that the communication media, okay, internet, काय होतं काय, फोनवर बोलायचं म्हणलं तरी घरावर जावं लागायचं आपल्याला 10 वर्षापूर्वी. ओके, ते पण फोन असेल तर, this is a generation, we can say that. But if you consider the communication, you have to use the advanced resources in industry. Is it right? आता बघा गावामध्ये पण असते, इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये. ओके, इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये काय आता व्हॉट इज अ कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस, ईमेल थ्रू आहे किंवा गुगल मीट असेल. ओके, सो साऊंड सिस्टीम असेल वगैरे, बरोबर का. पूर्वी काय असं गावात दौंडी देणारा माणूस असायचा, बरोबर का. आता काय असणार आहे, स्पीकर आला आहे, स्पीकर नंतर व्हॉट्सअप आले. ओके, पर्सनल मेसेज आहेत. सो दॅट इज इनोव्हेशन. नाव व्हॉट इज आवर ड्युटी, हे काय सांगतोय मी, वाय. सो ॲज अ बिईंग अ मॅनेजर वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर ऑल द फॅक्टर्स. ओके, आता एखादा गावात सरपंच झाला आणि त्यानं दौंडी द्यायला सांगितली तर काय लोक हसतील त्यावर, बरोबर का. सो वी हॅव टू वर्क विथ दी जनरेशन. Okay, work with the innovation. Is it right? So that will be very effective. Okay, so if you consider the communication point of view, okay, so organization, whatever the provide organization is providing, so you have to use that facility, that resources to become our goal efficient and effective. Now next purpose is to select, develop and apprise member of organization. definitely. Okay, according to the communication process, your behavior, okay, your language, your whatever the sound quality, so we can distribute workload also. Is it right? एखादा बोलका असेल, बोलका असेल तर त्याला काय like that work will be we will give work. Okay, एखादं स्टेज डेअरिंग असेल तर ते काय असणार, कायम अँकर असतंच बघा कुठल्या कार्यक्रमात. ओके, सो लाईक दॅट. So according to the communication style, you can select, we can develop them, okay, within that sector. Apprise member, we can say that. Whatever the record of that or reward of that particular person. So that is a importance of the communication. To lead, direct, motivate, and create a climate in which people want to contribute. Okay. आता बोलता येत नसतं कोणाला तर काय झालं असतं. Okay, that was a very difficult. Okay. To lead, to direct, due to the only communication. Okay, all things are happen due to only communication. Okay, why? Because we are sending message from one person to the another person with the communication. Okay, so this is a important. To control performance, definitely control also communication is very important. Okay, whatever we are giving tasks to each and every employee, so at the time of completion, at the time of maintenance or measurement or controlling, this time also communication is very important. Okay, so these are the purpose of communication. These are the manager agreed. So अरे बापरे, स्लाइड खाली वर झाले. So the definition we forgotten. Already we have discussed definition. So some slides are there and there. Okay. So already we have discussed the definition. Communication is the process of creating and sharing ideas, information, views, facts, feeling, etc. among the people to reach a common understanding. Is the key of directing functions of management. Okay, a manager must communicate his direction effectively to the subordinates to get the work done from them properly. Is it right? So purpose already we have discussed. A communication process. Modes and a communication process. The communication process is made up of four keys components. Okay, those components. Sorry, the communication process is the made up of four key components. Those components include encoding, medium of transmission, decoding, and feedback. Okay, there are also two other functions in process, and those two functions are present in the form of sender and receiver. Okay, so communication process is nothing but the what is the transformation process of message. Okay, so basically four components are there. First is the sender buyer, okay, or sender receiver. Okay, two, and whatever the encoding and decoding. Is it right? Transformer, sender, message transformation, for that sender encode is there. Okay, now transformation. Now how we can handle the computer? Okay, आता हे सगळं सुरू आहे कशामुळे सुरू आहे सर? देर आर कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस, म्हणजे आपण जे काय बोलतोय वॉट एव्हर द डायरेक्शन वी आर गिव्हिंग टू दॅट कॉम्प्युटर, कॉम्प्युटर इज कन्व्हर्टिंग इन दॅट लँग्वेज, रिक्वायर्ड लँग्वेज. ओके, ते पुन्हा वर्क करते त्याच्या लँग्वेजमध्ये, जे काय बुलियन नंबर्स असतील किंवा काय असतील ते. ओके, लँग्वेज असेल CSC कॉम्प्युटरचे. ओके, ते पुन्हा काय करते, वर्क कम्प्लीट करून पुन्हा डिकोड करते. आणि डिकोड करून विथ दे हॅव ॲज पर आवर रिक्वायरमेंट और ॲज पर आवर लँग्वेज दे आर गिविंग अस message or whatever the feedback. Okay, so this is a communication process. Okay. So that factors are very important for the communication. Now there are three modes of the communication. Okay, so which level? Horizontal, diagonal, upward, downward. Okay, so already we know that these are the hierarchy of work. Okay, suppose for example horizontal level is nothing but the same level of manager will discuss. Okay, or message from HR department to the product department, production department or purchase department. Okay, or same level manager. This is nothing but the horizontal communication mode. Okay, upward and downward is nothing but regular. Okay, manager will give to the assistant manager will discuss with subordinates will discuss with supervisor will discuss with whatever the ground level managers or ground level workers. Okay, now this is a upward and downward process. Okay, upward and downward communication mode. Okay, and last is the diagonal is nothing but the one person from one department will communicate to other department. Is it right? Suppose for example purchase department. Okay, if you consider the two department, purchase department and whatever the maintenance department. Okay, so here the in maintenance department any for the maintenance purpose any machine is required or any tool is required. Okay, so they will order or they will ask to the another department. Okay, suppose sir this tool is required, this machine is required for our maintenance. Okay, or this product is required for us. Okay, now this is a diagonal process. Actually basic process is he will tell to the manager and manager will tell horizontal communication. Okay, but in diagonal if some factors are there, like that factors will follow the diagonal communication mode. Okay, so this is all about communication, types of communication: written communication, oral communication, non-oral communication. Okay, so we will discuss that points in next lecture. Just load नको घ्यायला. So all study material is ready, I am also ready, but we will wait, okay, for next lecture. I think our next lecture is today only, I think. Okay, if possible I will take night, otherwise we will resume in next lecture. Okay, so if any doubt is there you can ask me what we have learned. Okay, leadership style, democratic and pre-reign and communication we have started. Okay, so this is sufficient. So as a manager we have to think on that. We have to take what are the fruits of that subject. Okay, whenever you will become a manager, in your तिथं मॅनेजर्स व्हायला पाहिजे असं पण नाही बरं का. दॅट प्रोसेस ऑर दॅट IQM फॅक्टर्स आपण जे बघतो हे तुमच्या फॅमिलीमध्ये किंवा रेग्युलर लाईफमध्ये सुद्धा हे वापरावं लागतंच. ओके, सो यू हॅव टू इम्प्लिमेंट whatever the acceptable points in your regular life also. Is it right? So hope you all have understood all the points. So I think strength is 41 today. I will check. Okay, so very good. If any doubt, I have shared all the study material in WhatsApp group. If one is not accessible, बघितलं कोणी कळेल मला कोणी बघितलं ते. Whatever the MCQs, notes, okay, PPTs, test, so test is also compulsory. That test mark will be included in your term work also. Okay, due to that online mode. 37. Don't leave the meeting. I will take attendance here. Okay, so I will stop recording here. So thank you for attending this lecture. Now don't leave.